Hi guys, what is good? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. And let me just say, you guys, I'm so amazed at all of you guys and your success stories and all the love that you've been sending in my Discord and all the emails, all the success stories. I truly appreciate you guys. Before we get started, I just had to cover that because it's so amazing what happens when you assume the position of being I am. And so in today's video, I got this video idea from someone over on my Discord. They said, Autumn, I don't think that you've ever made a video on the fact that creation is finished or the fact that your manifestation is already done. Can you make a video? And I have in my earlier videos, but why not do an updated one? So you guys, I'm still here on my little vacay. My hair is all moisturized and conditioned. I'm all relaxed and ready to go. So let's get into this video. And so, of course, I'm going to put all the quotes and everything up on the screen so you guys can read along. But we're going to start with a quote from Neville and William Blake. Now, Neville referenced William Blake a lot because William Blake had this understanding that he saw all human situations as just existing, like every single thing that you can think of. And if you understand parallel realities, this will help you understand it a little bit more. So Neville said, you aren't called upon to make the things. All things already are. The whole vast creation is already finished. I am only becoming aware of it. Any state that I can imagine can be occupied. The whole thing is finished, and all I do is adjust to it and feel myself there until it becomes natural. And William Blake has this quote where he says, it already exists, nothing to come that has not been and is. And I like this because also A Course in Miracles has a passage where it says, I'm only seeing the past. And so what you're seeing right now within your reality, guys, is only just one version, one reality out of the possibility of many. And because William Blake saw every single human situation as existing, let's say, for instance, you and your specific person, what this means is if you and your specific person, you're in a relationship right now, there's a relationship where you are just together and it's fresh and it's new and it's loving, it's caring. There's a version of yourself where you are married to this person. There's a version of you where you are divorced. There's a version of you where you are just only friends. There's a version of you where you're friends now, but now they have a third party. And there's a version where you guys never even met. There's so many versions in between that, so many things that you can become aware of. But it's only because you are becoming aware of the person that you are, right? What's going on out here is what's going on within yourself, right? So whatever you, as the operant power, this 3D version of yourself, you could call this pretty much the middleman, but also at the same time, you yourself are an idea within the mind of the all. So you can only really say, when you say I am, this is how you know that you are God, just having this experience through the filter, through the 3D version of yourself, right? So in the Bible, it says, in my house, there are many mansions. So any state that you decide to occupy, that is what formless awareness will now take on. So God becomes what it is aware of. Okay. So what gets most of us tripped up when we are not understanding that manifestation is already done is we think that our manifestations are only done when we can see them in the 3D. But remember, you are before anything that happens in the 3D. So the 3D is within you, within awareness. Awareness just always exists. So you're always existing. And everything that you can dream up, you can picture within awareness, what you put your attention on, what you put your focus on as formless awareness now becomes the picture out here, correct? So this is what really gets us caught up. And I have to say that 3D itself, you guys, anything that's happening out here in the 3D is an illusion. It doesn't matter if it's something that you prefer or something that you don't prefer. All of it is an illusion, but at the same time, all of it is what makes up the whole. So, the thing that helped me the most in understanding this completely was understanding that I am not necessarily Autumn at all, or who I portray myself to be here in the 3D and my stories and all of that. I'm experiencing Autumn. So I'm God. I am experiencing Autumn, experiencing this form through Autumn, right? So if you can see this, you guys, then I tell you guys all the time, your only job as the operant power is to express I am. So your only job is to imagine. So it's never to call these things or make these things, which Neville says, your job is not to make the things already exist. So what stops us and puts that space between you already becoming aware of having the thing is thinking that the 3D filter you is doing the work, is making the thing happen, and is affirming and imagining to make the thing happen instead of realizing that creation is already finished. So that's why anything that you could think of, any possible reality, any version of yourself exists within the mind of the all. Remember, I am is that formless awareness. And within that formless awareness, everything already exists, you guys. So again, I also want to just talk about the 3D a little bit because we know that there's nothing out here, you guys. It's all within you. It's all within awareness. So the moment that you do put your awareness on something, it is, but you have to allow yourself to sit in that and to become more aware of that, to give it the tones of reality. That's what imagination is for. That's why it's the true reality. And that's also what helps when you have the feelings and the thoughts, and you make it the picture. You make the picture of what it is that you want when you add all the things to it, right? So that's why I'm always telling people to see yourself as already having the thing. So what would you do if you had it? What would be your everyday experience? That's why when you go to the end, it's usually farther in. It's not to try to figure out how to finally get the thing, but it's to be living as if you've already experienced it. That's what makes it natural, right? So when we talk about the 3D, you guys, the 3D itself, like we said, since there's nothing that's going on out here, not even you yourself are also a projection within the mind of the all, right? But the 3D out here and what you're seeing is an illusion. It's an illusion. It doesn't matter if it's something that you prefer or if it's something that you don't prefer. It's all an illusion. So, like we said, it's what you put your awareness on, and you as awareness, you, the 3D filter as the operant power, what you're feeding the awareness, what you're putting your attention on. Now, God, I am becomes that. So it becomes the story that you are telling yourself, right? But you yourself are not this 3D you. You are behind what's being aware of the thoughts, what's being aware of the emotions, what's being aware of the story, what's being aware of all of it, and it's becoming that. So the 3D filter you is feeding the information to awareness, but you yourself are also in awareness. So that's why you and the Father are one, but the Father, it will always be greater than you, right? So I looked up the definition of an illusion, and this will tie it all together for us, you guys. So the definition of an illusion is a thing that is or is likely to be wrongly received or interpreted by the senses. It is a deceptive appearance, a false idea or belief. And when you look at the origins, the Latin origins and the Old English versions, the origins mean play or to mock. So that's why they're saying that this is all a play. This is all an illusion within the mind of the all. That's why it's kind of like a trick. It's like formless awareness just becomes things and it experiences things through you. So it is God doing all the work and creating all the characters to assist you, the operant power, which you think that it's just you, but it's awareness having this experience through you. So when you're seeing your SP and there's things going on and you feel the emotions and you feel that they don't want you and you feel that everything is against you, it is what you are projecting onto awareness that is making the formless awareness become this story or this play. And all of it, like I said, even the things that you desire, they're all illusions, but we're just having a human experience playing. So that's why when you, as the operant power, put your awareness on what you want, it is instant. But the longer that you give it the tones of reality and you make it natural to you, not to figure out how to get it, but you are embodying and being and only accepting that story, now formless awareness becomes that. So you are reality. God is the reality, right? So when you think about it, we're pretty much all in just a play. We're just having so many plays. And so when we wake up and we say, oh my gosh, like that was a dream, it really was a dream. It was just really a play that we're having. And then we get to choose a new play when we're done saying, I don't want to be poor anymore. I don't want to be without my specific person anymore. We decide to imagine and see things the way that we want it to be. Now, formless awareness, God becomes that and sends in and plays the parts through all the characters and you yourself to have that experience. But we think that we, the operant power, which is also in the mind of the all, is the one doing the work. We do not do the work. We choose to put the focus onto something and we're just the perceiver of how it happened. So that's why you'll never know the how. You'll never know exactly how something will come into play, but you are just the perceiver and the experiencer. All right. But you are God having the experience. But we've just disconnected ourselves to make sense of this duality by having names in a story and having some sort of context. But it's all just one thing. All of it is in the mind of the all, you guys. So there's nothing that you can actually do yourself, this operant power, to make something happen that already isn't. That's why when you're trying to force something, it necessarily doesn't happen a lot of the times. Or if you get it by force, it leaves because you're not aware of already having every mansion, every reality within you, everything within you already. And when you realize that you are I am, that formless awareness, you realize that everything just exists. It's all possible here and now. So I also want to talk about the mind and the heart because that is the masculine and feminine principles of it. The heart, what happens when you walk through life with that childlike wonder? We've been talking about that a lot, like that video that my friend had the princess treatment in. And just a lot of you guys, I've been seeing you guys saying that you've been opening your heart and having the lightheartedness about. Things come naturally to you when you're not stuck on forcing things, when you're not stuck on trying to make the things appear. It's the holding and the grabbing. It's the 3D version of us that thinks that we're the doer, that tries to grab onto these experiences and force and manipulate and maneuver around instead of realizing that we are the formless awareness. And if we just put our attention on and let things be, that's why everything has the right to exist. That's why you can't force anything. But if you just be already the person that has that, know that you already have that, it naturally comes in easily and effortlessly. There's nothing that you have to do. But that feminine principle is that receptive energy, that receiving energy, that openness to life, for it to come in a way to surprise you, for it to just happen, and that there's magic all around you. That's what it means to be open-hearted. And that's why I feel like in that video, I will tag it, my friend, she has this amazing experience now because she hasn't placed a certain expectation on the how and the grabbing and all of that. And she just allowed it to unfold. So your only job as this 3D version, this filter, is to choose. You're only choosing. That's why you're not forcing, and that's why you're not doing. You're choosing to be the person that you want to be. And then formless awareness will mold itself, call in all the people necessarily. That's why everybody will play the part. That's why there's so many people that may need to move around. That's not your concern. But formless awareness takes the picture out here and projects the illusion for you to have this play with. So another quote from Neville, he says, because creation is finished, what you desire already exists. It is excluded from view because you can see only the contents of your own consciousness. So, whatever you are conscious of being, the story that you decided to embody, whether you are loved, chosen, poor or rich, whatever it is, you can only see the contents of that consciousness, right? But the moment you decide to be aware of something new, now it already exists because formless awareness is everything. Everything exists in I am. So when you say I am to something, now you are filtering your experience through that. So if I say that I am wealthy now, I am filtering my whole experience now as God, as awareness, to show the life of someone who is wealthy. And that someone who is wealthy, this version of me, has always been wealthy, has always had a life of wealth. But it's not anything that where I was, oh, like I didn't have money and then now all of a sudden I've had it. No, it's a completely different reality, a completely different version. So I want you guys to see that creation has always, always, always been finished. And if anything, it's just taking on more information and more data. And so any other little experiences that you decide to add in there, any type of turn that you decide to make, it's just collecting more data and more timelines. It's just expanding its experience of itself. So God is here having this human experience to expand more of itself, to know more of itself. And so that's why when you know yourself, more of the experiences you will get, more experiences, more opportunities to be more of yourself. That's why when you elevate, there's always more. There's always more going forward. There's never anything going back. And this is not something that's from moment to moment to moment. It's not that. It's just further ahead. That's why everything is available in this now moment. It just is. It just exists. And I'm just going to filter my experience through there, just like you will experience whatever you decide to be conscious of being, you will experience that. And it's always instant within the 4D, the imagination. But the 3D is the illusion that's being projected from out of you. That's why your reality always comes out of you, you guys. It is never going to come before what you decide as awareness, because I am is before everything, you guys. I hope that you understand this. I hope that this made a little bit more sense to you. It's always a little challenging describing this oneness because, like I said, us with these 3D filters, we need duality for it to make sense, for us to understand that we're all one. But we have these experiences here to make ourselves small, to remember who we are. This is what God does. This is what it wants to do, to have this experience through this human form, to know more of itself. So that's why you're here, you guys, to be the operant power and to call forth new experiences, to have all of these amazing experiences that you desire to have. All right. So if you would like a phone session or email session with me, get down in the description box below. I appreciate you guys so much. Don't forget to join our Discord. We also have a little something going on over there. So I will drop the link down below as well. And yeah, you guys, your imagination, it is always on your side. It doesn't matter what you, even the things that you feel like you don't want to perceive, it's always on your side. It's always calling forth formless awareness to be what you picture of yourself, you guys. It can be no other way. The mind is the all. In the mind of the all is the all. All right. So I love you guys. I hope that this video helps you, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye.